Okay, fantastic. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Societies Talk from the SU. My name is Dominic Sawyer and I'm the current Vice President Societies and Media at the Students' Union, and I'm joined with Hannah.
Hello, I'm Hannah. I'm a member of the staff team at the Students' Union. I'm the Society's assistant, but I'm part of the Society's team that basically help everything run smoothly.
So we're just going to talk for you through different things here on offer at Lancaster, because even though you're coming for your degree, there is so much more to being a student at Lancaster than you might ever think. So I'll kick it off by a bit of an introduction on the Students' Union, because I'm not sure how many people know exactly what the Students' Union does. But the Students' Union basically does everything. The Students' Union does societies, they do sports, they do colleges, we have elected students who represent the colleges, so we work with them, we do academic reps, and we offer a wide range of services basically to help students throughout their career, throughout their life as a student and also their later careers. We provide volunteering opportunities, we provide jobs at certain companies that we own, such as our nightclub, the Sugar House, and we have a whole range of things really for students to get involved in. And we are here to represent your voice to the university. We have an advice team that can help you when it comes to issues with the university that are academic, for example, or even housing issues and stuff. The advice team can help you with that. And basically, the Students' Union is, well, we have 6 elected full-time officers. That is myself and my team. So you can see them on the screen. So I'm the Vice President Societies and Media. I obviously look after societies and student media. And then we all have a different area of the student experience that we look after. Amy is Vice President Welfare, so she looks after all of the welfare issues. Gayatri is Vice President Education. India looks after colleges, Paul looks after sport, and then Oliver is the president, so he sort of leads us, and he is the face of the union when it comes to national political issues, really. So we all sit on like university councils and committees and represent your voice to the university and make sure it is heard, and we also help set the direction of the Students' Union in terms of the current issues that students are facing. So that's just a little bit about the Students' Union. So what services do we have? We have a supermarket called Central, where all of the money goes back into the students, but that's the same with all of our companies. We have a nightclub called the Sugar House, which is the second safest club in the UK. We have Green Lancaster. One of our focuses is sustainability. So we have an eco hub. We have a housing company, which means that you can get the best welfare support when it comes to housing, and we can offer the best housing basically in Lancaster, and we're led by our members. We have farmers markets and things like that. So we do a lot of different things for students. So now I'm going to play a little video that sort of introduces you to the society life at Lancaster in particular. Hopefully it works. cute and wholesome. Um, okay, so what do we offer at Lancaster? We have over 200 societies and student groups. In particular, we have over 40 international, cultural, and faith communities. And if you're missing something at Lancaster, we can also help you create the community and the society yourself. So we have a society staff team that are full-time members of staff, and they also assist in creating your community and can really help you nurture any community that you need, really. We have a wide range, as you can see in the video. However, every year we have about 20 new ones start up, so we can always help you start up ones that you want to create yourself, but there will probably be something for you to find anyway when you get here. So the types of societies that we have are academic, political and campaigning, special interest, recreational sport, media and technology, performing and creative, and over 40 international, cultural and faith communities. So these are just societies. These aren't sport clubs alone. Sport is a whole nother section. However, we have recreational sports such as hiking, cheerleading, dance. They're kind of like under me politically. And then we have other sport that there was a session about earlier on, which involves sports like lacrosse, football, rugby, like that. Yeah, I'm like but we have a wide range, as you can see. We have about 200 societies. So the academic ones, such as economics, they're there to obviously enrich your life as a student, but they can also help on academic issues such as essay writing and networking and things like that. I know the Law Society do a lot of work around networking with people in the law kind of sphere, and they get proper professional people to come onto campus and to speak to students, and they do a lot of like networking on LinkedIn, and it actually really helps them in their future careers. We have political and campaigning groups such as the Labour Party, the Labour Club, the Conservatives, the Lib Dems, Green Party. I think that's all of the ones we have, maybe.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that we have, and obviously you can join them. And if there isn't a political group for you, you can maybe think of starting it up. And they obviously focus on political issues. And we're quite a unique university in the sense of we have counsellors for our university ward, which means it gives students an opportunity to stand to be a counsellor. So if you got involved in any of those groups, you could also stand to be their counsellor for the university ward, and you'd be elected by students only. We have special interest societies. So I think our most popular special interest society is the Taylor Swift Society. So we do have those kind of things. We have Harry Potter, and they're all very, very popular. Recreational sport, like I mentioned, cheerleading and dance. They're huge societies and they are phenomenal. They compete in competitions and do amazing work. We have media and technology. So we look after societies such as photography and things like that, but then we also have the media groups that I'm going to touch on later on. And then we have performing and creative, aka dance, swing dance, ballroom, cheerleading, and all those kind of things as well. And then over 40 international, cultural and faith communities. So we have all major faiths. We have an Islamic society, a Jewish society, Hindu society, Sikh society, all the Christian denomination societies. And we're having more and more cultural society startups. So just this year, we had a North African society startup, for example. And like I said, we have student media, and that's another part of my role, is supporting them. And we have 4 of them. They are nationally award-winning societies. We have LA1 TV, which is basically a broadcasting association. As you can see there, the ones interviewing me are LA1 TV. So they sort of go around, they film everything, they produce it, and they're an award-winning student media station. We have Scan, which is our student newspaper. So they produce in-print newspapers, and they are, I think, one of the oldest student newspapers in the country. We have Bellrig FM, which is our radio station. So you'd have the chance to be on air and be on an official FM radio station, and that is the first ever student radio station in the country to go onto FM. which is huge and provides so much work opportunities for the future. And then we also have Take Two Cinema. We have our own cinema here that you can get involved in. You can learn how to work in a cinema. You can learn all the background things and how to actually show the films and things like that. It's all of these are really cool experiences. As you can see, we've also taken some student media students to BBC. So we provide those opportunities, and I don't want to downplay these opportunities. So, like, they are really, really important. We provide like nationally award and recognised work for students when it comes to student media, whether you want to be involved in printing newspaper, being on an FM radio, producing TV, or working in a cinema. Like, these are amazing opportunities, and we do so much to help support them so that we can keep them running. So I'd really recommend getting involved in all of these and all of the societies mentioned. So what can the Students' Union do for you and your community? So we obviously help all communities start up, and we can help you find your way when it comes to volunteering, when it comes to the work experience that you want to, the route that you want to go down, and the skills that you want to achieve. We can sort of point you in the right direction. And we support all of those societies do things. So all of those societies will have a group of students who run them, called executive committees. And these are students who voluntarily give their time, stand for elections, and then gain some amazing skills afterwards to be able to go and talk about it in job interviews. And they lead those communities basically, and you are the figurehead of that community in Lancaster. And that holds a lot of weight, especially when it comes to the officers, because a lot of our political campaigns will rely on getting presidents of societies, of colleges and things like that involved and to support our campaigns. So it is really important, and you also gain so many important skills. So we offer a platform for communities, and we will do things like Freshers Fair and promote activities. We offer professional staff support, and we organise events. We help with funding, and we integrate with the wider student body for those societies. And then, so importantly, we offer student representation. So I'm elected by students, and there's 6 of us who are elected, as I said, and we listen to your feedback, your experiences, and we ensure your student voice is being listened to, and that it's at the heart of everything we do here, and we try and make sure it's at the heart of everything the university do as well. Additional opportunities and services, community volunteering. We work with local schools, and we go in and do a lot of work with them, and we get a group of students together who basically lead that volunteering. And it's really important because we get the local kids in and we teach them about why university is really important and why they should think about it, and making them see that it's an achievable goal for them and getting them excited for it. So that it's a really, really nice thing to do. And obviously it's great for your CV and for volunteering. Sport, we have 38 different competitive sports, which you would have heard about earlier if you went to, such as the college leagues and things like that. We have Green Lancaster, like I said, sustainable food production, which is really important. We have the Sugar House. So we employ 70 students at the Sugar House. So you can always apply to work there as well. And it's basically a nightclub only for students, and it's run by students. So it's a really safe environment, and it's just a great club. And then we have the advice service that can help you with whatever it is you need. So what kind of events what kind of events do we do? Because we're very busy all year round and we have so many incredible events. So we start off the year with Freshers Fair, which is the one that you'd experience, and that is in Welcome Week, Freshers Week. And we have all of the societies, all of the sports teams. We have displays going on, so we'll have like sports teams doing their thing. We'll have like different activities. Last year we had llamas come and people got to walk some llamas around. We had food trucks, we have bouncy castles, and it's a huge event. It's not just the Freshers Fair, it is really a huge event and an introduction to what your amazing Students' Union is here to do. And that is the opportunity you get to meet all of the societies. We hold fireworks for the 5th of November. We do Winter Wonderland markets, and that's to celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, and basically any festival that falls around that time, Diwali. And we we go really hard on that month, basically, around making sure that we have a place for all students to celebrate their own religious festivals. We help with winter balls and spring balls. So societies tend to organise winter balls. So that's another great thing to do in terms of you're organising an event and it's really good for your CV. I learned a lot when I organised my own winter ball, and then you can take away hundreds of students depending on what your target audience is and what your society is, for a winter ball or your college, and we help in facilitating that. We held an event called Picnic by the Pond, which is an end of year event. And that is where societies again put on showcases. We have picnics by the pond. It's a really nice sunny day, and it's sort of like a festival atmosphere. We help with competitions. So as I mentioned, we look after dance and cheer, for example, but we have a lot of societies that compete nationally. The Model United Nations Society was recognised nationally with an award, and so many of our groups go on to compete nationally. So we have to help facilitating them get there, get back, and sort of making sure they do the best they can. We have Uni Brass, which is a national brass band competition funded at Lancaster. That's another example of a competition. We have the annual music collab, and the most recent one was Hairspray. And then we also have performance showcasing. So we do a performance showcase where we have all of the performance societies come together, a cappella, magic and circus, belly dancing, all of these amazing groups, and they show all of their amazing work. We also have theatre group put on annual shows, about 3 every single term, and we help with that as well. We have a Livewell Expo, which is basically about making sure our students have access to the best sustainable resources they can, and that we support them in their development here at Lancaster. We have the Societies Awards to recognise all of the amazing work done by society execs. We have religious festival celebrations, e.g. Ramadan and Hanukkah celebrations. We do Chinese New Year celebrations, and we do the ballrooms dancing annual showcase. And this is only a snapshot of the events that we do. Societies do so much here at Lancaster, and this is just a tiny bit of all of the work that the society staff team and myself all support. There is so much that goes on. There's so much that goes on in the world of sport, in the world of colleges, in academic reps, and this is only a little cherry on the cake. So again, events. Here's you've got some snapshots to get you excited, because the events are the best thing about university, and they are what we all remember. They are so much fun. They're what we get our Instagrammable pictures at. At the top we have Extrav, which is our end of year party. And that is, we have one for each college. The college executives organise that, and the Students' Union does everything behind the scenes and work with them and have weekly meetings with them. And it's a huge operation, but it's an amazing night that everyone loves. We have Freshers' Fair and Picnic by the Pond. As you can see, that is the tent in the field, and also the llamas. We have Roses, which is the biggest varsity in Europe, Lancaster versus York, which I'm sure you've probably heard about, and that is coming up, and you've got the people sat there watching it outside the gym, and also the rugby players going off to play, and that is a huge event where societies and sports get involved. We have debating, we have Taylor Swift Lancaster versus Taylor Swift York, we have a cappella, and then we have all of the usual sports. So it isn't just sport, it is societies and sport, and it's an incredible varsity. We have the fireworks, and then we have extras again. Your opportunities. So like I said, we have so many opportunities at Lancaster. You come for a degree, but that's not the only reason you're here. You're here to learn some valuable skills. So for example, you could join the Lancaster University College, what's it called? University debating team that go on. Hannah, what's it called?
University Challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can join the Lancaster University Challenge team. And so we head up the team from the Students' Union side, so you can get involved in us and you can go and represent nationally. We do protests. We're here to be your voice. So we've done protests on gender-based violence, on Ukraine, on the climate, and those kind of things. Student voice is really important to us. We have a zero waste shop in Central, because again, sustainability is also at the heart of what we do. As you can see, we just have a lot of opportunities when it comes to elevating your voice at the Students' Union. So a bit about our SU journeys and how we got to where we are, to really highlight how amazing getting involved in a society is. So I joined my college, my JCR. I was Grisdale Socials Officer in my first year. And then I joined the Jewish Society exec in my first year as campaigns officer. I then became community inclusion officer at Grisdale College. I then became Vice President of the Jewish Society, the JSOC. I then became General Secretary of the Welsh Society, President of Grisdale in my third and final year, President of the Jewish Society at the same time, and Vice President of the Welsh Society. And then when I was at sort of the end of my degree, I stood to be Vice President of Societies and Media, which is the Students' Union role, after being that role on my college exec and my society exec. And my role is a paid role where it's full-time. So after all of the experience I had being involved in those student groups, I stood to be where I am today, and I won my election. And I've also been offered an amazing grad job due to my society work experience, and not actually because of my degree. Obviously, don't get me wrong, a degree helps. That is why I got my foot in the door. Having that degree there from Lancaster University, a really well-recognised university, and it's a 2-1 degree in this subject, that helps me get my foot in the door. However, my society work experience is why I'm where I am, and why I've been offered the jobs. Because you have so much experience to talk about. All of those different roles bring so many different things into the things that I can offer to a business, and to show how committed I am, and how many different transferable skills I have. And you'll find that across the Lancaster campus, a lot of us have been offered grad schemes, not because of our degree, but because of all of our society work experience. And Hannah will also talk about hers in a second. And to also show where the other officers came from, India, who's our Vice President Union Development, she was a welfare officer and President of County College and President of the Theatre Society. Amy was Media Officer and President of County College as well, and Social Secretary of the LGBTQ Plus Society. Oliver was President of the Labour Club, Vice President of Model UN Society, and he also is a Labour councillor. And then Paul was Sports Officer of Lonsdale College, Treasurer of Lonsdale Football, and Treasurer of Economic Society. And Gayatri is the President of Enactus, and she was an academic rep. So as you can see, we all come from college-based backgrounds, being involved in those student union colleges executives, and also being involved in society execs. They're so important, and they give you so many amazing skills. And we've all got the jobs that we do now, and we all got elected because of our experience. And I know that all the other officers as well that are leaving this year have been offered like grad jobs and jobs based on all of this experience of being presidents for societies and colleges. So now, Hannah, would you like to talk about your experience?
Yes, hello. So I did my undergraduate degree here at Lancaster as well, and I decided I didn't want to leave, so I'd apply for jobs here as well. Whereas Dom's had quite a wide range of societies, I picked the one thing I was interested in as a fresher and stuck with it, which is the Music Society. So as you can see, I joined my first rehearsal. I went on day one of Freshers Week. I was the uber keen fresher, but I love it. I've been on the executive committee 3 times in various roles, helping support the different ensembles. I've conducted 2 of the university ensembles. I currently conduct the big band, that jazz group, and I organised getting the big band to go to a national competition, which we'd done in the past, kind of revamping that. Lancaster's interesting because we don't have an active music department anymore. So the Music Society is slightly different to what you might expect at different universities, but it means that there is the opportunity there for non-music students that you wouldn't necessarily have at other universities. And there's so much that I've been able to do that I wouldn't have been able to do had I not been studying music at a university that has a music department. So I would recommend that if that's something you're interested in. I think over my time here, I've been involved in so many students' union-based events, performing at Extravs, which is an incredible experience. The audience and the vibe for that is amazing. So many different collaborative shows. So the Theatre and Dance Society, performing as part of those. And actually, it's my experience on the executive committee that got me my current job working at the Students' Union. Again, my degree helped. But it's the experiences I had at Lancaster and all the skills I gained with all the experiences on the executive committee that's what made me kind of most qualified for this role. So it's very much your student life is very much rounded out, I think, by societies. Your degree should be the focus. Sometimes people forget that your degree should be the focus. But society activities kind of just round off your experience and make you like a fuller, more qualified person, I think.
Amazing. Thanks for that, Han. I think I can speak for both me and Hannah when I say your degree should be your focus. However, my focus was not my degree, and I don't think Hannah's was either. Our focuses were definitely societies, and that is the same across so many different students. Because you fall in love with it here. We are a campus. We're an amazing community. So the fact that we have all of these on our doorstep is really, really special. And we offer so many things around networking, different conferences, different day events with academic societies to get those professionals in to speak to you and to network with you. Like, it's really, really important. And I know you'll go to other visit days and hear the same kind of things from student unions and the universities. However, we are constantly a really special students union that does amazing when it comes to this. We've been named the #1 students union in the country for societies and sports. And before that, we were named in the top 20, but now we've been officially recognised as the #1 students union for societies and sports. So we're really proud of that, and we put a lot of hard work into looking after societies and sports here. We have 14,500 registered memberships for societies. So there's 14,500 people involved in societies. That is incredible, because a lot of people don't just join one society. They might join 2 or 3 like I did. So 3 of those would have been my memberships, and that equates to about 8,000 students altogether are actually involved in societies alone. That's without involving sports like netball, rugby and football. So it's a huge number. The vast majority of our students, more than 2/3 of them, are involved in societies and sports. And the experiences, the skills that you get from running these societies are literally invaluable and will help you get jobs. You always hear from jobs, you need certain experience in this field or this field. Well, you can actually bring your society experience into that. You know, you've complied with Charity Commission law to be a society, and that's a really valuable thing. And then we can help you do so many other things and help you with that CV building as well, and to get you where you want to go and where you need to go. So I'd really encourage you to come here. We are constantly have more societies and most students' unions, and provide a lot of work and support for it. And then lastly, visit your students' union online for more information, or get in contact with us. More than happy to.